Okay, I'll do the intro. How about that? But I need to put my coffee down.
Hang on, I need to.
Yeah, of course. Dude, this we can cut this out.
No, we can't. This is
No, we
Wait,
can't cut it
Khrushchev,
out.
are you by any chance 30 years old and haven't had sex, dude?
Oh my goodness.
You're using gravitational magic.
I have a girlfriend, man.
That means nothing.
Yeah, well.
I had a girlfriend from when I was like 10 until when I was
Do you
13.
know who else had a girlfriend? Harry Potter.
Jesus. Oh.
He still got
You think
powers.
Jesus had a girlfriend?
He had a boyfriend,
Yeah.
probably.
Judas.
Judas.
You guys are crazy.
The great betrayal was their breakup.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's, welcome back to our religious podcast.
The place.
That's Khrushchev. That's Kieran.
Kieran.
I'm Bjorn.
I look like
Oh.
a ghost.
Yeah, we're just white, my guy.
Welcome to our first anime special.
Anime!
Yeah.
Okay.
What we're gonna do in our anime special, Bjorn?
Today we're gonna be recapping the past season.
From a
So,
distance.
according from a distance.
Also, we
From-
must just preface this by saying it's like 48 degrees.
Yeah, we're gonna be sweating buckets.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
that's...
I'm pretty warm.
yeah, wearing a jumper.
Closed
Are
shoes,
you
a jumper,
psychopathic?
long pants.
Nice.
You look lovely, but also you look like you're gonna have real
Do you
swan
sweat?
baths.
Do you sweat? Can I ask that? Is that... Do you
I
sweat?
do sweat when it gets hot enough.
So this is not hard.
This is alright.
Either way,
Dude, wow. Alright.
recapping the past season of anime. So what's it? Fall 2023.
I think it was fall.
Yeah.
This would be winter. coming up.
According to Annie Chart.
Yes.
Or my anime
The
list.
sacred text.
You mean Boruto, which gets released every month.
How does that relate to?
I don't know anything about the anime fall calendar.
Well, you'll learn like over the course of doing this with us and just talking about
I'm here
it.
to learn.
And we'll also be looking ahead at the season that's kind of started. We've had episode 1s and some episode 2s of most shows.
Yeah.
For winter 2024 / our summer.
But before we get to that, how was everybody's week?
weather.
Anybody feel underleveled this past week?
Yeah.
Done
I
and
did,
dusted.
yeah.
Segment finished.
Actually, specifically Thursday and Friday, yeah.
What happened?
I just lost all focus. I flew too close to the sun, man. In my attempt to find balance, I went too far.
But do you think that might have just been a side effect of all the social stuff we've been doing?
Yeah.
Because we had
Yes.
some friends from out of town, London, and so a lot of times when they said let's do something, we did that
100%.
just because they were here for such a limited
So I
time.
think like
Thankfully, those losers are
Yeah, they're
left.
gone.
But yeah, sorry. Please continue.
yeah. So I don't know. I think over socializing is a thing I have to manage, because if I stay for too long, the next day is like a shit show.
Yeah.
And
Nah, I
it's
get
hard
you.
to tell when like you're overstimulated from socializing. That's kind of a difficult thing.
It usually only like hits you like the next day or when you're at
Yeah.
home.
I couldn't even sleep that night, dude. I lay in bed for until 3 a.m., 4 a.m. and then I went to sleep for 2 hours and woke up.
So you had a nice little social recharge Thursday, Friday?
Yeah, I tried to, but it's been busy. Like yesterday even, we had a family gathering, which was awesome. But I ate 3 burgers, just to be clear. Big burgers, dude. Because I hadn't eaten all day.
Talk me through the combination. Bun.
It was a big bun, right? Just like
Big bun.
No, I'm talking big bun.
Kieran's a big bun kind
Buns,
of guy.
all right. Lettuce, a little bit of cheese. Okay. What?
Wait,
hold on,
wait,
hold on, hold on,
where are you
hold on.
going?
Okay,
So-
yeah.
hold on.
Let's go from the bottom up.
Okay, so here. Classic. You start with the bun, right? You cut it,
Always.
flip it, bam, like this. So you got this. You visualize the bun.
Yes.
Then, patty, right? It's still hot.
Patty directly on the bottom bun.
Boom, bottom.
Yes.
Cheese, so it melts a little bit, just a little bit. You don't want too much. Then gherkins.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Caramelized onion. Lettuce. Chugs. Fuck lettuce. Tomato on top. Boom.
I thought you
Eat
hated
it.
tomatoes.
Also, spur sauce, the white one.
Why it gotta be the white one?
Because it's the best one. It tastes good. It's I could have easily. Oh, good shot. Why do you always do this
Guys,
to me, dude?
the timer was going.
Mm-hmm.
The stopwatch is still going.
Oh shit! Did it go
But
off in the video?
the timer went off because it starts automatically.
Yeah.
So it was doing beep 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 beep.
Oh well, I mean,
Beep, 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 beep.
If you're out there listening, you just deal with it. No, I'm joking. I love you. I love you. Please listen.
Do a cutting or what?
I have no idea how to fix that. It started like 30
we leave it
seconds
in.
ago.
This is real shit. This is real talk right now.
Real talk.
Anyways,
okay.
yeah. So balance, focus, it all went out the window the last 2 days. Like
Okay.
I was on I was cresting the peak, as they say. No one says that except for me. But I was
says that?
cresting. It sounds like I'm taking a shit, but cresting, and then it just was like, just fell off.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's
So
that thing of,
Thursday
like,
was a bit
doing-
of a recuperation day.
Yeah.
Or like, how does it work? Because I'm assuming then yesterday was more recuperation,
It was more.
and Thursday was just like the burnout
it was
level.
burnout. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm still I'm in the process of feeling less burnt out. But
It's
I'm not
like-
back to square one.
It's like how people always complain about weekends not being long enough, because if you work a full week, right, Monday to
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday is normally just like, you just want it to be a recuperation day
Yeah.
because you're just so exhausted. And then Sunday charges your battery a bit, but the stress of having to start a new week
Mhm.
is like kind of reduces the amount. So
And-
having a third day.
You're 100% right. And also, like, I'd set myself a bunch, obviously, I've been doing goals, guys, and I had a lot of them. Still haven't cut them down very much. There's still a lot of them, but it's less than before. But I've made more goals, and I've started individualizing the goals, so they're like lists describing how I'm going to do them. But I'm only halfway with that, so I didn't actually even finish. Like, it felt like I was just finding things to write for a goal.
Can I offer some
Yeah.
advice?
I can show you after the pod, but I have like 30 pages there. You can see them.
Maybe figure out one, like start with one of your goals.
I've been thinking about this.
Okay, okay. Just get so that you get started and you can figure out the other stuff as you go along.
Well, yeah. So, but this is not the day for goal chat. We can talk about that
too
afterwards.
true.
Bjorn, how's your week?
Yeah.
It was fine. Nothing too crazy, but just productivity tanked. Like
Yeah.
I think on Wednesday, actually it's just been not a great week for work. Like it's been all up and down, and like I work here and there, but it's just not been great.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it might have been Wednesday. I was in a foul mood, so I deleted all the apps off my phone.
Nice.
And like removed any games from my system at home at all.
And how long did it take you through?
The problem is I have a really fast internet speed. If I press download on a game, I can just go boil the kettle, and when I get back with my coffee, I'm ready to start playing.
Damn.
So
Must be nice.
the problem is the like boundaries to doing something that is like procrastination or avoiding work they're not high enough. It's like I can just, it's like a little hurdle I can just step over,
No, it's
as
easy to
opposed to
get.
like a boundary wall.
Yeah. It's accessible.
Even
Even if you delete it, it's still accessible.
yeah, so I kind of been
Super
struggling with that.
accessible.
Like yesterday, I said to you guys earlier, I played 7 hours of a game called Mountain Blade Warband.
Nice.
Side note, I would love for us all to be into Mountain Blade.
Mountain Blade.
Yes, Bannerlord is out. It's the newer game, but Warband just holds such a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I'm still kind of in it. Still kind of in a foul-ish mood from the past week. But I'm hoping that this weekend I can, spend some time with loved ones and maybe get a bit of work done, and generally not do things that I know won't help my mood.
Productivity and mood.
Not necessarily like productivity. I don't care too much about that, but I know that just watching crazy amounts of stuff
Yeah.
or playing games.
So regulation.
Yeah, I know it's such a hard thing to break away from, and the more I do it, the more difficult it is to break away until you get like into this weird headspace of just being miserable. Like
It's because your brain tricks you.
you're gonna have to explain that one.
So you're doing something productive, and your brain constantly wants to do the easier thing, right? Because it requires less energy, and it's more like relaxing.
Sure.
So your brain will trick you into like, I don't know, like that's hard to explain. You know what? I'm not gonna. We'll cut this out.
No, dude,
Cut this out.
I don't know how to cut out
Because I
this
don't
whole
actually
thing.
know how to explain what I mean.
It's easier to do easy things. Like the kind of rewards you get from
Yeah.
playing a game and doing like all these little small quests and stuff.
Yeah.
And you get to sit on your ass while
So
you
you
do
get
it.
your dopamine.
Yeah, you get your dopamine hits. It's the same with TikTok and shit, where you can just scroll and every couple of swipes you'll get like a banger
Yeah.
that really hits your
But then
like,
you
dopamine
get too
center.
much dopamine and your body's like, I don't know what to do now. We must shut down.
Well, it's not quite that. It's like your tolerance for dopamine goes up, which is why, and then you just keep wanting to
It's
hit
like a
more and
drug.
more highs. Imagine like if
Yeah.
you only eat the like super super spicy food or like food that's crazy in like saltiness and sweetness and all that stuff. If then
Chipotle.
you want to, you've never had
No,
Chipotle.
I want to though.
But like if you then go back and just trying to have like a simple salad without crazy sauces, but just like general like good whole foods, it will taste so disappointing to you because it doesn't provide the same kind of like hit. And the same applies to like games versus work, or there's so much shit we could
But
talk
also
about
like
this for
exercise.
hours.
Like if I over exercise, the day is also gonna be a struggle.
I mean, over exercising has its own dangers involved in it.
Yeah.
Like your body literally
Like if I
not being able
walk
to
too
handle
far
it.
up a mountain, then I get back, my body can be like, it needs to rest. So I can't be productive.
Yeah.
But I need to be productive. And then I don't rest fully. So it like has a knock-on effect the next day.
Okay, but sorry, Hushaf, I've been rambling over here. You, how you doing?
I think my underlevel for this past week has been, I started a 9-to-5 job for the first time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been struggling to keep my energy levels up during the 9-to-5 period.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's 8 levels of like having to like lock in and focus, and it's a bit tough. But at least for like, the first 2 days I got home, I had to take like a nap straight away as soon as I got home. Third day was a bit better. I didn't have to nap, but that's also because I had to go shopping as soon as I got home. Thursday also good. Didn't have to nap. Stayed up the entire time. But then Friday when I got back home, I shut down. I immediately as I got back, I just had a meal and then I slept.
Okay.
And I only woke up this morning.
I get that.
How's it working? Do you have like a bit of a break in between, or
Yeah, we get a 1 hour lunch break.
Okay. Is there any like I found that having a 20-minute nap it's such a game changer for my mood, especially. Like, is there a place where you can just go like have a nap for 20 minutes?
No, we have like a sick bay.
But I
Damn.
mean,
You have to be sick.
it's you're out there like I'm trying to take a nap and someone's dying in the corner.
They also warn us about taking naps during work hours, but I think if it's during lunch, it's fine because that's worked into your time.
Mm-hmm.
But, like,
Never take it on lunch break.
No, you can. Like they're very big on like mental health and work-life balance.
Okay.
And if you don't finish your 8 hours, they're like, it's okay, go home. You can make it up anytime during the week. It's fine.
That's actually quite cool. So you can leave early.
Yeah, as long as you have no meetings during the day, and as long as you make those hours back.
What if you do all your work really quickly that day?
You look for more.
You get more work.
Fuck.
Yeah. Because the way we work, because I'm basically a consultant, we get billed for our hours, so we have to track our times to send to the client to be like, this is how long one of our people work, and this is how much we're gonna have to charge you.
So you get paid more for working more.
We don't get paid more. We still get a salary.
Okay.
The company gets paid more, but also it has to be with it. Like, there's also a budget, and if they start going over, that means the next time we work with a similar client or a similar field, then they have to budget that in our works to. It's gonna be more time to work on that, or less time, so we don't have to charge them more or less.
But okay, so it's just been a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, but like I know I'll get used to it. I think it will take maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and my body will adjust. I'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Which is why you said they're like letting you guys ease in, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks of training, and then nobody knows what we're doing in our third week. We asked a bunch of our managers and our senior
They don't
partners.
even know.
They don't know, they just don't want to scare us yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, don't focus on this next week. Don't focus on.
Yeah, it's just training next week. We should be chilled.
Okay, sweet beans. Well, thank you for sharing, guys. I think it was, bit of a tough week all around, actually. Okay, anyways, let's hop into
Alright.
the past season of anime.
Do you wanna take it away? What's your first one?
Wait, what do you mean first one?
What was the first anime you want to talk about from the past season?
Are we
Yeah,
doing it
no.
like that? Okay, so there were a bunch of second seasons from the past season. For instance, like Spy Family, Shield Hero, Eminence in Shadow, Goblin Slayer, Doctor Stone, Tokyo Revengers, Faraway Paladin, Dead Mount, Deathplay. there like were a bunch of second seasons, but I mean, like if someone's already a fan of them, then
They're gonna check them out.
yeah.
Which of the second seasons do you want? We'll talk about each one, but which ones did you watch?
As much as I hate to admit it, Dr. Stone.
I also did Dr. Stone. I really
Kieran, do you know what
enjoyed
Dr. Stone is?
Can I guess?
Go for it.
Okay, so
If you say it's a doctor that's made of stone, I'm gonna be angry.
I'm gonna hit you.
No, I think he or she, I don't know. Is it he? He is a doctor, right?
Mm.
So MD. But instead of treating humans, he treats stones. Stones that are poorly and ill.
Not
Very cute.
Yeah.
I like the idea. Honestly,
Okay.
It's not
we
that
should
far off.
Write that down. Write that down.
Does
We
he
should-
treat the earth?
No.
Okay. What's up?
The basic premise is the show starts and it is in modern day Japan,
Okay.
and
Godzilla.
suddenly like a green light passes over the whole of the earth,
Whoa.
and wherever it touches a human being, like they
Touches
become
Oh,
stone.
no, all
touches
living
stone.
organisms.
Was it
Oh,
any
dude.
living organism?
Wait, so he doesn't get touched?
Because
then-
remember in the first episode he was first
bird.
experimenting on birds and stuff.
But then but what about all the fish and stuff?
Where-
Like there are
Good
still
point.
wild animals in the show, so
There's
isn't-
some, because also in this recent season they said they didn't want to use the thing on the entire island because they'll lose all the animal life on
Oh,
it.
okay. Either way.
Ooh, so like Jurassic Park stuff. Did they have an island that they
No.
started?
No. It's just an island.
Okay, but sorry, so the screen light passes over, and then it flash forward like 3,700 years or something.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
And the main character, Senku, who is just a genius,
Okay.
in the entire time he was
16-year-old boy.
16-year-old boy, he is the whole time he's like Medusa'd, frozen in stone. He's counting seconds. So eventually, after like the stone starts cracking and he comes out,
And he's
right, and he knows exactly how far in the future they are because he's counted seconds as he's been
Yeah.
stuck
Have you
in this
ever
like,
tried to count
cryo
seconds
sleep.
before?
No, I'm either behind or
Do you
in
know how
front.
many times I
No, but he's a genius,
shit,
Kieran. He's a genius, so it doesn't matter.
200, shit. So he
but
just
yeah.
made a guess, basically.
No,
No,
he's
he counted.
accurately counted the time.
He was conscious for that
Kieran,
long
it's
as well.
anime.
How did
Kieran,
he survive?
it's anime.
What? Was
Kieran,
he in a bacta
it's
tank?
anime.
Did he take a magic potion? I don't
No, you're frozen in stone, but your consciousness is still
Yeah, but
there.
your
Yeah.
body is. You know
Either
what, I
way.
don't want to get it.
Your
Yeah,
body
but
is
there's no
preserved.
air there. How are you alive?
Because you're preserved.
Continue. I'm not
So
even gonna get into
regardless, right? It's now this point in the future. He comes out of the stone, but he's the only person that's done it. So now he tries to figure out how to he figures out it's like a nitric acid solution that can like decay the stones so that
And
people can
return
come out.
them back.
So then the whole point of the show is unstonifying
Dr.
these
Yeah.
Stone, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, and while he's doing that, he's like advancing civilization at like a huge pace, like from the Stone Age all the way
And this
to
guy
the
is how
Industrial
old?
Revolution.
16.
16.
Well,
but he's
actually,
very old.
3,716.
But if he's
technically.
been counting, he doesn't have any. He hasn't been doing like what has he been doing in there?
No, he was a genius
He's
when he
been
got
studying
frozen.
science and
No. You're just frozen in stone.
Yeah.
I don't
okay,
know.
fair enough.
But okay, so
Could
Dr.
have done something more
Stone,
productive than
Eminence and Shadow is another one I watched.
But season 3 was very good.
Of?
Dr. Stone.
Was it season 3?
Oh, 4. But anyways,
It's season 2.
no.
It's season 2.
Oh,
Where did
part
the green
2.
flash come from? Just before we move
The
on.
Green Flash.
Where
That's
did
a
it come
part.
That's
It's a part
of
of
the mystery of the show.
So they haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Aliens?
Kind of.
Okay.
We're not sure yet. But this season was like a return to form because the previous season was not interesting. It's very slow. There wasn't a bad guy, but I think having a big villain for this season really helped the show and helped us give something to focus on because before there wasn't a big goal in the previous season.
Yeah.
So this one was definitely more exciting.
But yeah, so that's way too much time spent on a show that I don't care so much
I
about,
care.
but I just want to figure out like what is actually happening. Then obviously Eminence and Shadow, Spy Family I watched. I tried Dead Mount Death Play. Hushef, I know you like the show.
I can give you... so it was done by the same guy who did Bakano, which is a great like single shot. It follows a bunch of characters who are all on a train. There's a murder that happens and you follow each... So it goes like the backstory of each character and it tells like a bigger story while everybody's on the train. So I was very excited because I thought it was going to be a similar storytelling for Dead Mount Death Play, which it is, but it's too much.
Yeah.
There's too many characters, too much lore to keep up with, and it takes 2 seasons for the payoff for like for things to start like.
And they're on a train
Oh.
for 2 seasons.
No. This was the thing that he made before this.
Okay.
This is set in modern day Tokyo, where a guy is reverse isekai basically. He came from a fantasy world.
Okay,
to
stop
the
you right
modern
there.
world.
Stop you right there, family. What does isekai mean?
Isekai
I
just
really am
means
genuine, I don't
another
know.
world. It
Okay.
translates literally to another world.
Another world or another time?
Another
No,
world.
That's why I said another world. And
So there's
another
is there a
time.
name for an anime that's about another? Okay. you know.
Maybe. This is called like
Isekai.
A different time period.
Another world. So it's
Yeah.
not Earth. It's
could normally a fantasy world of some kind.
Yeah. So usually the trope is the main character will die in modern day Japan and get reincarnated somewhere in a fantasy world.
okay.
But this time it's the other way around.
And it is
Okay, I see.
so isekai is such a like the last 3 maybe
Longer.
5 years.
Longer.
For real.
Sword Art Online.
No.
It counts as an isekai.
I realize, but it's also like
But that's like a video game world.
yeah. So there's twists on it, right? There's so many twists on the genre, but like it's gotten so prevalent the last couple of years. So if we were to scroll through the shows of this current season, you'd see at least between 5 and 10 isekai shows in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
In fact, there's like
Is Digimon an isekai?
Yes.
yes, technically yes.
So
Not
fucking good
technically,
at that,
yes.
dude.
It's not technically, it is
I
an
know my
isekai.
shit.
Fair enough.
It was the first isekai.
There is an isekai
No.
genre I want to talk to you guys about actually. There's I don't know if I've just missed it, but it is like a villainous. I don't know what it is, but it's this new trend of female
Oh.
protagonists getting reincarnated
Yeah.
in another world. But normally it's the world of like a romance,
Yeah.
Okay.
but they play the villain main character.
Nice.
I
Like
get so confused because I think a lot of them are like season 2s, but they're not. They're just new things every single season.
Actually, so from this past season, or no, from 2 seasons ago, so middle of 2023, there was a show called The Most Heretical Last Boss Queen, which I actually enjoyed.
Heretical.
But essentially, it's like a character who she gets reincarnated in the world of one of her favorite video games, like a romance simulation, and like she is just in the video game, she's the last boss. She's meant to be the evil one.
Yeah.
Okay. But then she gets reincarnated and now she's trying to stop that future. There's a show this current season called like Villainous Level 99 with the exact same premise.
Why
it
is
is
that
the
the
exact
name?
same fucking
We get
show.
it. Villainous level 99.
You're gonna have to watch it and then tell us, did they
Yeah.
put some type of different twist?
I don't know, but it's that's the whole thing with isekai as well. Like the twists are becoming more and more ridiculous. I'm trying to think of what was from the past season.
What an isekai from the past season?
Yeah, an isekai from
I
the
mean,
past season.
Shield Hero and but their twist was what?
Oh no! Sorry, I just remembered. What's it? Buta no liver wa kanetsu. It's literally I got reincarnated a lot in another world as a pig. Like
Fuck, dude.
it's like
I've seen that shit in Spirited Away.
the guy.
I get turned into a pig.
Dude, this guy, he's eating like pork liver, and so he dies while eating pork liver and gets reincarnated in another world as a
As the
pig.
pig.
But it's like he is the pet of this one woman, and she treats him horribly. It's like the
Yeah.
most. He's also like he's a pig as a. When you describe a human as a pig, like just a gross. Like he only cares about like panties and shit.
Wait, so
And
he's a
it's-
human,
Well, no.
Or is he a
He's a
pig?
pig
He was a
now.
human.
Now
he's
he's a
now a
pig.
pig.
and he still has a human brain.
Yes.
He has all his memories and stuff,
Mhm.
which was usually a common
And
trope
so
in the
he's a
isekai.
perv pig.
Yes, literally. Dude, yeah, so that's the twist, right? It's so weird.
That is weird.
Wasn't the past season was your vending machine one also?
No, that was, I think, middle of last year. The vending machine one is crazy. It's a guy, he's a vending machine enthusiast
Yes.
who gets reincarnated in a fantasy world
As a
vending
vending
machine.
Because the vending machine fell on him.
No. Oh, wait, maybe.
No, I
Actually,
think,
can't
I think it
remember.
was.
He ate
Do you
something
think?
and choked.
Either way, like, that's the premise of the show. And obviously, they don't have vending machines in this fantasy world.
Yeah.
But he can, like, upgrade his skills and, like,
But wait,
change
is
what-
he a vending machine?
He's
He
a
is
vending machine.
And his special power is like he can not only stock different
This is actually
items,
pretty cool.
but he can also like change the kind of vending machine. So there's these weird lore drops throughout the show of where
Different vending machines.
there's like they're fighting a boss of some kind.
It's different
and,
stages.
And
Like-
he like transforms into a vending machine that does balloons, or a vending machine that like provides gas or some shit.
So it's like Super
There's-
Saiyan 1.
Ye-
Super Saiyan 2.
No, it's different modifications.
Okay.
So it's like every isekai nowadays, it's just been done so into the ground that they have to do twists.
Yeah.
Unless they do it very, very well.
Okay.
Like, it's kind of
Sounds
like,
like a lot.
My Hero, like the beginning of My Hero, everyone loved My Hero Academia. because it was like it was.
I love My Hero Academia.
Yeah, it's like a
very
traditional
good.
shonen, but it's just
Yeah.
done so well, like that everyone forgave the fact that it was kind of just rehashing a lot of old stuff.
In its later season, it lost a little bit of that charm that we had from the beginning. It's kind of like a standard, but like you're so invested now, you're like, I'm not gonna quit it.
Yeah,
It's just a formula that works though.
okay.
They
Yeah,
go to school,
Yeah.
they learn how to be good at the thing, and then they get better, and then the villain comes in, and that's
Yeah.
it. This is basically Naruto, that whole
but-
show.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But with
Sorry, Richard. I actually
Naruto
wanted to ask,
shonen.
what was your favorite show of the past season?
Okay, I think I'll do my favorite that wasn't a sequel or something. I think it would probably be Apothecary Diaries, I think.
Ooh, very
Okay,
nice.
so can I guess what this one is?
Sure, go ahead.
Apothecary, right?
Yes.
Someone who owns an apothecary
Yes.
that has a diary. And within it, they write things, right? But it's not like Death Note. It's not like they die. It's like the adventures of an apothecary. Boom, done, got it.
Kind of, actually, yeah. No, got it.
Sick.
Nice.
It is if Dr. House from the series House was a anime girl
Okay.
in feudal China.
And is it detective-y as well?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I really-
it is.
It's
Yeah.
a medical mystery.
I worked on the show. actually,
But sorry, so like, Richard, quick synopsis, like.
Yeah, so this little girl called, well, not little, she's 16, 16, 17, yeah.
Yeah.
She gets kidnapped and sold to the Chinese...
Also, it's set in like
feudal China.
feudal China, yeah.
So this is like time period. This is an isekai.
No,
No.
What is this? What is this called?
It's a time period piece.
Just- time
a
piece.
period drama. Is that the right term?
Time period piece.
Well,
period drama.
You guys tell me.
Anyway, she works for her dad who's like a apothecary, but she
Okay.
gets kidnapped one day while she's collecting some plants and herbs, just for her dad, and they sell her to the Emperor of China to be one of the workers in the
Okay.
palace.
In a palace.
Yeah.
So-
It's where all the high-ranking courtesans and like concubines. Sorry.
Yeah.
So she would have to be
live.
buried with the.
No, she's not a concubine. She's just like random girl worker,
Okay.
number 68,
Right.
whatever. But she notices in the first episode, she notices there's some weird medical mystery to be solved, and she gives her opinions, and she catches the attention of some of the senior people, and she gets placed to be one of the handmaidens of one of the concubines.
To keep her alive.
Well, no, just to give her a higher place and to help protect her, because it was the babies were dying by the concubines,
Okay.
and nobody could figure out why, and she was the one that figured out what was killing the babies.
It was
Milk of the poppy.
No,
Damn it.
it was the powder, the kind of face powder they used to use was super toxic.
So it's got zinc and lead and all kinds of shit.
Sure.
Something. But anyways, yeah, she gets rewarded to become a handmaid to one of the best concubines in the palace, and then each week is a different mystery. Yeah,
It's
and
a very
in
good
the
show.
palace.
very beautiful show also.
Yeah, no, it's lovely. I actually really enjoyed that one as well. It is maybe a bit of a romance, but
fun.
it's the romance aspect.
It's not the main focus.
It's not the main focus, which is quite nice. You
Yeah.
actually just
It's more medical drama, politics, and then romance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very cool. My favorite show of the past season is Freerun Beyond Journey's End. I don't know if you watched it.
I haven't watched it. I watched episode 1, but I know it's gonna make me cry every week, so I'm saving it.
Freerun, the main character.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm saving it till
so good at this.
after it's done, because it's gonna be 26 episodes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do it in one weekend and have a nice cry weekend.
It's super good.
So what is this one about?
The basic premise is so the hero's party defeats the demon lord. It's a fantasy world.
This is awesome. I love it.
Okay.
I don't need to hear anymore.
But the story starts after they defeated the demon lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of the members of there's 4 members of the demon lord's party. You have the hero, you have a dwarf soldier or warrior, you have a corrupt priest and then you have Freerun. She's an elven mage.
Nice.
Elves live a heck of a long time.
Yes.
The other members of the party, barring the dwarf, are humans, and dwarves don't even live as long as
Okay.
elves
Lord of
do.
the Rings logic.
Kind of. So it's all about what happens in her life and how she connects with people after her friends die and life goes on.
Because
So all her party dies except for her.
she's an elf. Well, they all made it out, the other end. No one died in the battle.
Yeah.
And she's an elf and she doesn't notice time passing
Oh, and then
And,
they died
yeah.
over time.
Her party members died of natural causes, and she never knew because she didn't think about time passes differently for me than a human.
Oh, hectic, dude.
So, for instance, when they talk about,
Yeah.
like at the beginning of the show, they're talking about their journey together, and the other members are all like, yeah, no, 10 years we've spent together, like, wow, that's such a big thing
Yeah.
for us. And she's like, that's barely a blink of my eye. So beyond Journey's End being
So,
the end
yeah,
of their
her
like
journey.
quest,
Yeah.
and then what her life is like afterwards, and it's really good.
This
It's
is-
pretty. It's so pretty.
As a concept,
That's
this is
quite sad.
actually becoming very popular now in anime to cover what happens after the big villain dies with
Yeah.
with party members, because we've seen a couple now where they've done it. They had one where the one goes off to like run his own shop.
What? Do you have the name of the show?
It's a season 2 of it's happening right now.
Oh no! They didn't defeat. It's
Is Villain Saga doing that?
No.
Whether he's on the farm for like the
No.
second season.
Yeah, but no, that wasn't. They didn't win a war or anything. He just got captured.
Yeah, you're right.
No,
The,
no,
the
not
first
that.
season is basically like whoa.
Yeah.
There's
Second
another
season's
one
like,
that I'm thinking
The
of.
cost.
You're right, they didn't now, but there is another one where they go on to become like a merchant afterwards. I can't remember the name right now. It's from a previous season.
Okay, because there is a season 2 of a show. I don't know the name right now, but
It's this upcoming season. It's
well, the one is
His sister, yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about the same show.
yeah, but I'm saying you were right when we were talking about that show. But there's another show
Another
where they become a merchant.
This is the problem when there's like 50 shows a season, and where like at least half of them are just riffs on the same shows.
Yeah.
It's a lot, dude.
But yeah, so
There's a lot
that's
of
my
anime.
favorite of the like past season. And I don't know any other notable things before we move on to the upcoming season.
I think I want to talk about 3 more, 3 more from the past season.
Can we do like 3-second summaries of them?
Okay, but one of them I do want to go on a rant about.
Okay, which one? Start with that one.
Ragnar Crimson.
Ragnar.
Okay, let's scrap the rest of our ideas for the rest.
This is-
I literally have a section in my notes that's like unnecessary edge. And it's just, there were some shows this past season that were so edgy, and there was so much edge in a single
What
fucking
does that
season.
mean? What do you
Edge,
what do you mean?
edginess.
Like,
Yeah, edging. I know what
I'm
edging
the
is.
chosen one. No one understands me. I'm
They
going
don't-
off by myself.
They don't get it.
I don't get it. I'm gonna go off by myself and
need it.
defeat everyone by myself. People don't get me.
They don't understand how powerful
It's
I
literally, it's the
am.
meme of what's the voice like? Where are you?
Because
Oh,
tonight
it's
will be
so
the night that I will fall for you.
Literally, it's that but anime.
So yeah, the concept
I like it, I'm
for
in.
the concept of Ragnar Crimson is they have basically dragons which are vampires.
Nice.
Vampire dragons.
I'm in. That's Come on, wait. What's the problem?
And
They're
that edgy?
dragons that run by vampire rules, so obviously not. They don't come out during the
day.
sun. Yeah.
during the sun.
The sunlight.
Only during the night. They all bow down to like their Dracula, who's a queen.
Okay.
And she has like 10 like commanders, whatever.
She a dragon.
She,
She hot.
and
she's vampire dragon.
and she's the only one. She's the only one that can create other dragons also. Well, superior dragons.
She's
they're
Dracula.
called.
Yeah.
But you can they
And
other
if you
like
kill her,
ordinary
they all
can.
die.
We're not sure yet.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah.
If you sire
like,
a dragon vampire.
like Bjorn said,
Yeah.
it was very edgy. It starts off as your typical edgy show, your kill or kill.
Kill or be killed.
Yeah.
And it's like,
So
what is this? What is the?
Bjorn dropped it straight away. 'Cause
Is
he's
the
like,
main
it's-
character-
No.
a
I
dragon.
tried. I got like 4 episodes in, but Kieran, it's very important to realize the main premise of the show, or the main character,
Is it a
Ragnar,
human being or a dragon?
He's
It's
a
a
human.
human, yeah.
Okay. The whole point is that adventurers are trying to slay dragons to like because
Drink their blood.
No, just to kill all the dragons.
'Cause-
They have like a guild dedicated to dragon hunting.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and Ragnar is he's a horror adventure. Like he supports someone who's meant to become a hero
He
or
is
something.
below average.
He's below average.
His like little sister is like a amazing like
Okay.
dragon hunter.
Okay, but
Something happens.
something happens. Basically, his future self, who like experienced loss and pain, somehow
and trained his body so well
that he fused with his sword.
Yeah. So, the swords that they use are basically
This is awesome, dude.
like silver or stakes, and they are
Okay.
the only thing that can kill dragons. They're called silverine swords.
So he fused with his sword and went back in time to his.
Well-
No, he fused with it in order to train himself in his future life and killed all the dragons in this timeline.
Well,
Okay,
no, he didn't
okay.
kill all the dragons,
He did.
but did
He
he?
wiped them all out.
For real?
Yeah.
But he still had all the loss. So then
Yeah.
somehow using the powers of another dragon that he that also wanted the vampire dragons dead,
Yeah.
traveled back in time and bestowed his current powers onto his past self. And then you follow his past
This
self.
is cool as fuck.
Like,
dude. What's
actually,
wrong with this anime? I don't
It's
get it.
so edgy. Kieran?
But the story
Kieran-
is cool.
Kieran-
It is cool.
Kieran.
I like it. You
I
understand?
like it.
I love edginess. Honestly, before
Come on.
before what's the show, the original edgy show, Sword Art Online?
Yeah.
Not recent.
No, but Sword Art Online was super edgy. And it's oh, I'm gonna go off by myself because I don't want to experience loss. All this weird shit until the middle of the season, and it becomes a family slice of life bullshit. I like edginess. I do have a limit.
Yeah.
And this past season, there were 4 shows. You had Kingdoms of Ruin,
Okay.
which follows a mage's apprentice who wants to kill all humans and all witches.
I tried 2 episodes of that. I
sounds-
dropped
Dude,
it.
it's
Amazing.
so edgy. Then Berserk of Gluttony, which I'm ashamed to admit I watched the whole season
Berserk
of.
of Gluttony.
There's actually a guy who has a skill called Gluttony, and he absorbs the skills of people or monsters that he kills
Okay.
and becomes stronger that way. Such a fucking edgy show. Then you had Ragnar Crimson, and you had Returner's Magic Should Be Special. All of them were super edgy. I tried to give them a shot.
Too edgy.
It's too much.
It's a cringe edge at some point.
All of it is cringe edge.
Okay. And-
Except actually Returner's Magic Should Be Special, which is all about a guy in a future where they go into these dungeons. But mages have been pretty much wiped out because these dungeons are black holes that are you go in, you're meant to defeat the monster inside, and then it
You
closes.
get a treasure.
But the mages just weren't skilled enough to clear them, and so slowly but surely the mage population died out.
Okay. Makes sense.
But somehow they're defeating one of the big bads, and he gets sent back in time with all this knowledge and skill.
Yeah, through the
And
black hole.
Pretty much. And now he has to try and prepare mages for this upcoming battle.
So it's similar
yeah.
this is similar to the sword going back in time.
Literally.
Anyways, back to right
Yeah, sorry.
I was close to dropping it as well, but people were like, no, something happens that kind of changes the way it is. So I was like, all right, I'll stick around and see what this twist is.
Dude, it's the sword isn't him. It's someone else.
No. So a very common trope in a lot of animes is your protagonist will meet the big villain early on, and they'll try to take them on.
Yeah.
Usually they would have taken down one of their lieutenants and stuff, so they think they're hot shit and pretty strong.
And then they get
fucking smashed.
boom.
Close to death, maybe somebody close to them dies, and that gives extra motivation for
Exactly.
them and the rest of the other protagonists, or the friends of the protagonists to train
And
and
they're
do the
yeah,
thing.
let's do a training
So
montage.
it continues to follow that trope. About halfway through episode 10-12, he meets 7. He meets the queen of the dragons.
Nice.
She has disguised herself as a human, and she's traveling around this recent town that she's gonna kill.
Get all the blood
Yeah.
out of it, right?
And so his friend is the dragon queen is here. If you see her, run away. Do not.
She's pretty big, right? She's a dragon.
No, she can turn herself to a human, basically.
That's cool.
And so yeah, she's disguised herself, but he's from the future, so he knows what a
she
human
looks like.
form looks like.
Okay.
So he comes across her, and everybody's trying to drag him off because she has time control magic.
Oh shit.
So she's basically unbeatable.
So
you
if
can't
you
do
try to
anything.
kill her, she could go back in time.
Yeah. So he was
But then does she forget what happened?
no, she's the only one. When she makes
That's
time
OP.
stand still, she's the only one that can walk around, do whatever, make things go back, forward. She can bring people back to life using her time magic.
So she
It's
didn't
insane.
kill the main character.
No. Well, no, the main character recognizes her, immediately shoves off everybody and goes to attack her. The queen starts doing her thing, starts using her powers to stop him, but he keeps coming at her.
Whoa.
But she hasn't used her time magic yet, she's just using her normal
Oh, she's playing with
yeah.
toying with the
But
lad.
then he's coming at her, and he's not slowing down. She's like, all right, fine, whatever, I'm gonna use my time freeze now. And she does. And she's like, all right, time to relax. She's taken a little bit of a beating.
Yeah.
But then through his like sheer edginess, he's able
defeats
to
time
break
travel.
through the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see him blink, and she's like, "Oh, what the fuck was that?" And he breaks through a time stop.
Does he have
and
his sword at this point?
No, he's fused with her. And he starts mollywhopping her. It's
Whoa.
just one-sided beating. It's like if LeBron James played one-on-one with a quadriplegic.
Oh my god.
That's how one side of this battle turned. And he's about to murder her, but at the last second, his body can't handle the powers from his future self.
Yeah.
And
It's too much.
And
Power.
he
He's too
collapses.
strong.
And he collapses. And
Plot armor.
the Dragon Queen's allies are able to rescue her and get her out of there. And so now we follow them as all of them have to start reckoning with their own mortality, and she's lost her motivation. She's now scared to use her powers, and now we follow them as she tries to rediscover her powers, and her allies realize they need to train also in order to defeat this monster.
Stronger.
Yeah. And that was the big twist, and from that point on I was like, ooh, this is actually interesting now. I want to see where this goes.
So whose side are you on?
Still the humans, but it's very interesting
sure.
to see from the villain side of things when they get beaten so one-sidedly, and the effect that it has on them.
Also, they're dragons.
And vampires.
And vampires. Yeah, that's a lot of blood.
Actually, okay, so I didn't expect that kind of a twist. Honestly, I was
spoiler alert.
deep spoilers. But okay, I won't give the show a shot, but it's nice to know that it actually goes somewhere cool.
Yeah,
I'll watch it.
Okay. I don't know, anything else you want to talk about from the past season?
Probably SLF, Shangri-La Frontier.
Great show.
Probably one of the surprises for me, along with Apothecary Diaries.
Okay.
Similar to Sword Art Online, they put on a little helmet,
They go into the...
Yeah, the game is super, it's tailored to gamers. They use a lot of gamer terms where you can tell it's not they Googled something. You can tell this was made by a gamer.
Okay, so it's for gamers, made by gamers for gamers.
Yeah, and usually when they do games like this,
it's like World of
Warcraft.
Warcraft.
Animes like this, you don't really get invested in the characters because if they die in the game, they can just restart.
Yeah.
So there's not any stakes. But the little twist they did is that if an NPC dies in the game, they're gone from the game for good. There's no way to bring them back.
Okay.
And there's an NPC that you get attached to in the game, so it gives a little bit of stakes to the story.
So it's about the NPCs are the stakes.
Kind of.
Is do they go outside of the world and do life stuff, or is
it follows
just in the
basically
world?
a couple of gamers who are one's a professional gamer, one does he just completes trash games, and one's just a completionist, and they basically are forming a guild to take down this game and complete it 100%.
So World of Warcraft.
They do also have some scenes that are in the real world, but most of it is inside the game world.
There's a similar one that I've heard of that our friend likes, with a skeleton dude who's he gets
Overlord.
yeah.
No, but that's an isekai.
Okay, so that's different.
He gets transported into the game world.
Yes.
That's different, and then he's stuck there.
Yeah.
This is people actually they're just playing a really cool game and exploring this game world, not actually getting stuck inside the game.
Damn, there's a lot. I guess it's it's a product of our time, video games, and then now we're doing animes of people going into video games, movies of people going into video games.
What's a Free Guy?
Free, yeah, and what other ones was there? They're doing
Ready
video
Player
game
One.
movies now. Yeah, I love it, dude. They better not fuck it up though.
What do you mean? They already fucked up Ready Player One.
Oh no, I just mean the games I like. If they do Rayman, don't fuck that shit up.
I might do Rayman similar how they did Super Mario Bros and stuff, animation.
Yeah, I don't think they should do it. Just leave video games.
I said that about Super Mario Brothers, and I really enjoyed that movie.
Think about.
The Witch is cool, but it's also been ruined, and it's just so much.
What was the other show? The PlayStation game.
Last of Us.
Last of Us got a show.
That's good.
Very
cleaned
good.
up. Not cleaned up, but did very well at the award season. The award season that's been going on.
So it's a mixed bag. Depends on whether people are doing a money grab.
It needs to be made by people that actually care about the video game.
I think the last one that really bombed was Mortal Kombat.
No, but those old Mortal Kombat.
No,
movies?
they did a new one. The old ones are different, but it came out last year.
Get over here! That was I actually watched that and I didn't think it was that bad. I thought the fighting was cool.
Do you guys remember the Dragon Ball Z movie?
We don't talk about the Dragon Ball Z.
2009 or something.
Yeah, but they had the hairstyle. Did you see?
So
crazy.
Would you guys watch the One Piece live action?
I watched it. I loved it.
I was so scared. Like, I'm a huge One Piece fan, and I thought One Piece is the thing that I thought that you can't do live action.
Mm-hmm.
But they actually pulled it off really well, and it's done like super well for
It was
Netflix.
so good. I enjoyed the shit out of that show. I've never watched the anime or read the manga, but I watched the first season, and I was like, this is awesome.
Okay.
It looked cool. It was the best like live action adaptation I'd seen.
I struggled.
Like, yeah, it was at times like quite
Cringe.
but also it was well acted. I think they did a decent job with the story, condensing all those episodes, even though like people still complain. But
where does the show end? Like the Netflix series compared to the anime is like episode 60 or
it's like 1,000 episodes.
I don't know. I know.
Oh, sorry.
But
the show,
the live action show.
You got.
Where does it match the anime at the end?
I'm actually
They
not
fight
sure
the fish man.
episodes wise.
Oh, Arlong.
They did Arlong.
So it's around episode 60.
And
Yeah,
then
but they
God
did.
comes and he's like, "You're my son."
No, not
Not yet. Oh, spoiler alert. I watched too many YouTube videos about it. I basically watched all of One Piece on YouTube.
Yeah, but Garp coming is very different because he only arrived. He basically only sees Luffy for the first time after like Ines Lobby, which I think is after 400 or 300 episodes. I can't. It's very hard to keep track of the episodes.
So that's why they're redoing the anime, right?
It's it was a weird. It was a strange choice, I'll say, but we'll see how it goes from season 2.
I've heard that they're remaking a bunch of anime, like One Piece.
Well, they did
like
Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah.
And they're also
apparently that
doing
was decent. I haven't checked out, and I haven't even watched the original anime of it.
Who got the licensing to redo One Piece recently?
Yeah.
Vid Studio.
Yeah,
which is apparently a really
studio
good one.
who also did Vinland Saga.
Yeah.
And a bunch of others.
Spy Family.
Family.
Who did the Berserk one? Because I don't know if that's in process. They should definitely.
We don't talk about the Berserk.
Yeah, because the original Berserk isn't.
The first Berserk they did was very good, but then everything after that.
Okay, but hold on. Is it true that they're gonna redo the whole of One Piece?
Yeah.
Now they said the same thing for Naruto.
No, but
they said we're gonna do individual. We're gonna do like the best fights and
no
stuff.
studio or anything was attached to it. This has been Netflix and Vid Studio are doing this together. It's been announced.
But what's happened now? This is my anime news. Is that Boruto the anime has been indefinitely cancelled or like stopped?
Oh no, it's on hiatus.
But it's like people are speculating that it's because the anime isn't doing so well, but also because the Naruto project is getting extended to like the whole, like either a live action or to redo the original.
I've heard nothing about live action. I heard Mappa. Well, they always.
Well,
I heard Mappa was going to be attached to the, like a one. Like they're going to redo the pacing stuff, get rid of all the filler. For Naruto.
That would be sick though.
But again, I haven't heard anything since, so nobody knows what's happening.
But if they're stopping Boruto, they obviously either like they're preparing for something. Sure.
Something's probably happening. I don't. It could be a movie, but we don't know.
Damn.
Okay. Thank you for catching me up on Boruto, by the way.
Dude, Boruto is the greatest and best manga at the moment.
Debatable.
I love it to bits, dude. The two blue vortex. This is the new. So basically, what happened is, to catch people up, is there was the original Boruto, which was written by the creator of Naruto's assistant. He basically passed it on to him and was like, "Yo, can you write and draw?" Because he draws the anime.
Yeah.
But he gave him the writing as well.
Yeah.
So he started writing it, and then people were like, "We don't know how we feel about this." But the thing is, the anime ruined it, not the manga.
Okay.
If you read the manga,
it's good.
It's good. If you watch the anime, it's kind of cringe at times. And people, I feel like to complain about it because they're comparing it too much to Naruto. And I think that's the wrong way to look at it. It's its own thing, and it's not about... It's still about Naruto and Sasuke, but it's not... It goes beyond that. It feels like aged up. It feels a bit... Especially in Two Blue Vortex, which is now the time skip. So they go... basically the premise is they're kids, right? And then time skip happens, and Konoha, which is the Leaf Village, has been destroyed, and Naruto is trapped. He's been locked away. Sasuke has now become like an alien overlord version of Sasuke, super powerful. Boruto, super strong as well. He's got the Jugon, which is like this crazy powerful eye, and he's got the Flying Thunder God abilities, and he can teleport. And then you have his counterpart, which is his Sasuke. Oh, he's the Sasuke. No. There is,
Yes, he's the Sasuke.
he's the Sasuke. And then the other guy, what's his name?
Mizuki. Oh no, the one that came later.
Wait, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
So is Boruto kind of mirroring the dynamics of
like
Naruto?
Boruto hates his dad, and he looked up to Sasuke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But then Sasuke like trains him, and then he learns what his father did to like save the ninja world, and like he starts respecting him more. Like he does all these shitty things. Like he's like a prodigy, and he doesn't work hard like Naruto did.
Mm-hmm.
And he thinks of his dad as like a bad parent who's always working. He's always doing like Hokage things, and then he resents him. But then Boruto goes on like a path of self-destruction where he's like cheating in the Chunin exams and all this stuff, and his father catches him, dude. It's a sick moment in anime where like he's about to use this like ninja device that lets him use a super powerful jutsu that he doesn't actually have the ability to use yet, and his fucking Naruto comes in, he's like and he's like shh, and then he fucking takes his headband off, and he's like, you're no longer a ninja. It's hectic. And then he's like, get out of here. And then yeah, but anyway, I could talk about this anime / manga forever, but essentially one of my favorite things about Boruto is there's this villain called, or we don't know exactly if he's a villain yet, but his name's Amado, and he's like a super genius, and he has basically all the information on Otsutsuki, which is like the equivalent of aliens, which brought the Naruto powers to the world. Basically, they're alien beings that consume planets, right? And that's the chakra in the planet. They consume it, and they become stronger. And they do that with a divine tree. Dude, you know what? Maybe we cut this out. I feel like I've gone too in depth. But anyway.
I'm so
Blue
lost.
Vortex, I love it. It's so sick.
Early Boruto
Yeah.
suffered from the same effects as the Avatar Korra,
Yeah.
where it was too close to the original time-wise.
Well,
So people
yeah.
didn't really care about the new characters. They wanted to know how the old characters were doing.
Gotcha.
And you get to see that in Boruto, especially early on, and you see like they are just like normal people, and everyone's really disappointed at like how they turned out. So I think if they wanted
But
to
in
continue,
the manga, it's fun.
I think if they wanted to continue Naruto, that you either do, which is the same thing I said when Korra was coming out. You go 100 years into the future, or you go 100 years to the past. You don't do a direct timepiece after.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the big thing is basically what I was getting to there is that the original creator and writer has returned for 2 Blue Vortex, which is now why it's popping off.
Okay.
Because he's like, okay, there's a lot of things that the fans don't like, and I actually think we can fix. So he's fixing things now. So good. Anyways, if you know Boruto, watch 2 Blue Vortex.
Okay, so that's kind of like a recap of where we are with Boruto.
Sorry guys, I don't know what happened.
And
I
like
blacked
the past
out
season.
and spoke.
No, don't spend, dude.
You should finish off talking about JJK though.
JJK is actually 2 seasons ago. It wasn't this past season. Like
I mean,
it started.
It was 24 episodes. So technically.
Technically.
Technically. Just poke my eyeball.
But it was also season 2.
Okay.
Alright.
I haven't seen it.
I
yet.
do want to get to the upcoming season
Sure.
before we run out of time, though.
Let's
Before we start,
Oh,
Rishabh, do
shit,
you
we
have?
still have to do that.
Yeah. I just want to ask you: is there anything you're looking forward to from the upcoming season?
Solo leveling.
Ah, dude,
Solo level.
I read the
Manhwa.
manhwa, yeah, because it's from Korea,
Okay.
and I enjoyed it. I find the power crawl to be like after a certain point, I don't care anymore because every single panel is beautifully illustrated.
Do you mean power creep?
Power, yeah, same. It's just every single panel is so beautifully drawn, but it's just like there's too much going on for me to care. Yeah. I'm just like, oh, this guy. It's literally the meme of power level over 9,000. Like it doesn't matter anymore. At some point, you keep saying, oh, he's leveling up, but like it doesn't matter. The difference is like, oh, he can destroy whole universe. He can destroy a whole universe minus one planet. Like it's too powerful. And I liked the first episode. But my experience
I really think the first episode should have been a double feature. I don't think it should have ended the way it did because it's very slow.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason like I am going to continue is because of how well regarded the manhwa is.
Exactly.
Is it like One Punch Man?
No.
Okay.
The premise is that in the show,
a bunch of these dungeons have come into the...
they're called gates.
Yeah.
And when gates started opening, so did certain people like achieve some
Like their
sort of
power,
powers.
powers awaken in them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And their abilities are graded, and you never. So it's called awakening, and with the power level you have when you awaken is what you'll always have. You can get more skilled and stuff, but
better
you can't.
weapons.
Yeah, and you can't. And it's a ranking system from A or like double S, S, all the way down to E. And the story follows a guy ranked at E.
And among the E's, he's known as the worst.
Yeah, or the weakest.
Okay.
And how he goes into this dungeon, some stuff happens. Essentially, he gets awakened again.
Nice.
It's called a double awakening. Surprise, surprise.
2?
But the special thing is that he now actually like continues to power up the more he fights.
Okay.
So that makes him
So
different
he
from
scales.
every other adventure, and that's why I'm saying like in the manhwa it gets so kind of like
Where
overdone.
do you go from there, right?
Yeah,
So-
where do you go from infinity? Like infinity power. It's like to infinity power.
Wait, did you read the entire manhwa?
I think I got up to date. I like reread it a couple
Because I
months
know
ago as well.
it is completed, the manhwa.
You keep saying manhwa. What does that mean?
Korean manga.
Yeah.
Is that what it?
It's
okay.
like Korean comic.
So
Yeah.
manga is Japanese. Manhwa is
Korean. Comic
Yeah.
is
Okay.
English or American.
okay.
But yeah, so for
I
the
didn't know that.
upcoming season, solo leveling is like a big one coming up. Cherry magic.
Okay, you were telling me about this
Okay.
earlier. Do you wanna go
This
on?
one sounds interesting.
Dude.
Not gonna lie.
I saw the title. It's based on a light novel, not on a manga or an original like screenplay or whatever.
Okay.
But it's a light novel, and the total title is essentially like Cherry Magic. I can't remember the rest. It's essentially like I was a virgin by the when I was 30, and I got magical powers. That's essentially
That is
what the
cool.
title
Harry
is.
Potter.
Not Harry Potter.
There is a Harry Potter anime, but
Sick. I'm in.
But
Harry Potter's
literally,
awesome.
I read the title and I was like, oh, this is gonna be some weird incel shit where he hasn't had sex and suddenly he gets some like special powers and he's just gonna be like a degenerate loser.
Okay.
I start watching the show. I'm like, this this episode 1. The art style is very like josei, if you know what that is.
which studio is doing
Joseph
it? do you know?
Mourinho.
I don't know the name of the studio. Acting check here.
I don't know.
But so like anime is
Jose.
kind of broken up into 4 things. So you have shonen, which is that like it's the target
That's the one
audience.
I like.
It's for boys, and then shoujo is for girls.
Lads.
No,
Shoujo.
no, yes,
Shoujo.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
seinen is for like more adult.
More mature, yeah.
And-
Yeah,
Hentai?
men.
Got it.
No.
Okay, sorry.
For like men, and josei is for women. And
Josei,
so I
okay.
start watching, and the art style is very josei, so like directed at women.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And it turns out this guy's a virgin at 30, got the power to read minds, but only when he touches people. And
then he can read a woman's mind?
Dude, within the first 2 minutes, it goes from like something
That's
I
what
think
women
is
want,
going to be.
right? No, I'm joking. No, I'm
It
terrible
goes from
joke.
something I think is going to be like this weird incel shit
Yeah.
to the gayest show I've ever fucking watched.
Wait, have you watched JoJo's?
What happened?
Dude, it's so gay.
More gayer than JoJo, that's all I want to know.
Yes.
I find that hard to believe.
And like the guy accidentally bumps into his co-worker, like who's and he reads his mind and it's like, oh, he's so cute, he's got this cute bedhead, oh my gosh, I'm so close to him, oh my god.
Oh,
like,
shit, dude.
But also the main character, within the span of the first half of this 20-minute show, goes from like, I've never had sex with a woman, I thought I could use my powers to have like sex with women or like get close to them or some weird shit like that, and then with like suddenly he finds out his coworker likes him, and he goes from being straight to just the gayest person that's like, why isn't he making a move on me? He's invited me over his place, but why isn't he making a move? And I'm just like,
Hectic.
what the fuck?
So it is a JoJo.
No,
Shoujo.
it's a seinen, dude. It's 100% directed at like women. It's very much got like the Yuri on Ice kind of vibes. It's
Yeah, I
it's
know.
so
Yuri
funny.
on Ice.
I can't
What's that?
say I'm gonna stick around.
It was probably one of the most popular anime that crossed over to the mainstream because it got really popular with like Tumblr girls. It was about an ice skater who is about to give up on his dream, but then his idol decides to train him, and it's just very
so-
gay.
Okay.
Super
it's,
gay.
But also the choreography and the music is so beautiful.
So it's Blaze of Glory.
No.
Just because something is based on ice skating.
Blaze of
doesn't-
Glory is my only reference point. It's a great movie, by the way. You should watch it.
Another one which is starting a pattern that we might need to look out for in the future is Dungeon Meshi.
Yes, Netflix is
showing it.
Dungeon Meshi.
It's all about adventurers going into dungeons and essentially cooking monsters.
They kill the monsters and cook it.
It's
what?
But it's like a cooking show.
Yeah, it's a cooking show.
Essentially.
So you see the quality in the animation jumps up when it gets to the cooking parts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is following now a trend we saw with a previous anime. I can't remember what it was called. But it was a salary man gets reincarnated into another world, and he has the ability to use the Amazon Prime type thing.
What?
Yeah, and he basically.
Is that really what it's about?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he orders like stuff to this world in order to like cook the beast
The ingredients
creatures
and stuff, right?
And the quality also like jumps like 100% when it gets to the food. I think it was Mappa that did it.
I think so, yeah.
And I think we're gonna see this more because it gives studios a chance to like flex their animation muscles and show what they can do.
Okay.
So I think because this is a brand new studio who did Dungeon Meshi, so I think it's them also just trying to be like, look what we can do. Well, I think it's a new studio if I remember correctly. I'll double check that.
But yeah, so there's like lots of cool new shows, a couple of second seasons that I'm excited about.
Oh no, Studio Trigger. That's my bad. Ignore what I said before.
But I'm trying to see of like this coming season. Loop 7. That is another like villainous show. It's essentially
Wait, do we have 2 villainous shows this season?
No, or not villainous, but essentially it's I actually really enjoyed episode 1 where it's basically this woman who she's the daughter of a duke, and her engagement to the crown prince gets broken off, and then she like does something like join a merchant caravan, but every time after 5 years she dies,
yes,
and this is the 7th loop on my list, she's going through, and some stuff happens a bit differently, and she's just been trying to break the loop essentially
so that she can survive.
So anime Groundhog Day.
Yes, but it's I really
wait, hold on. I got a question for you.
Yes.
She knows she dies.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she knows she comes back.
Yeah.
So she can live forever.
Well, she's reliving the same 5 years every single time. Every time it cuts right back to her engagement being broken off.
And she can't do something different.
Well, that's what she has been doing.
Yeah.
Every time she's on the 7th loop, every time a loop restarts with her being like broken up with in front of a whole court of people, she does something different. Like the one time she joins the traveling merchants, one time she becomes like an apprentice to a researcher, and then her like family disowns her because she's no longer, or like there's rumor mills, whatever. Either way,
this is actually quite different because you had your Groundhog Days, your Happy Death Day to you, which are always like in a 1 day period, or like or Groundhog Day is 1 day.
Whereas now she has 5 years, and she's essentially had 30 years worth of skills build up as well.
There's so many ways like where you can like deviate and it's gonna be interesting.
Okay. So that one's quite good. The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic is a show from this season.
I read it. Yeah, my mind. You know where my mind immediately went.
What about callback to what's it, Kaifukun no Jutsushi, which is Redo of a Healer, which is a fucked up show from like a year ago.
Please don't watch it. Don't go out of your way.
2 years. But this one's actually good. I really like the first 2 episodes.
I like the concept. Like after I read past the name and read what it's about, I was like, oh, this is actually quite cool.
It's basically like 3 Japanese high schoolers get transported. It's an isekai. Gets transported to another world. But one of them accidentally got transported. He just happened to be with these 2 really accomplished like popular kids at the time.
Okay.
And then he gets like summoned alongside them. But he has this rare magic ability, so healing magic. And then he joins this like training camp with this different like sect. It's a very rare kind of magic.
And because he has healing magic, he's able to heal his body after training, so he's able to train more than the average person.
I will say
interesting.
Something I really like, which earlier I mentioned, A Returner's Magic Should Be Special, which is like an edgy show from the past season, but it's like it's so nice from that show. He wasn't like always crying and always like, oh, woe is me. He was like, okay, let me try and do what I can. And he actually like reacted like a human being as opposed to a fucking weird over the top character. And in this show, The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic, the popular kids aren't like some random douchebags. They're just like high schoolers and are like relatively nice.
Okay.
And the characters that are like weird caricatures are from this magical world. But it just, I like shows where characters aren't just caricatures. Like, they actually seem like human beings.
They're reacting how a normal
Not
human would be
Yeah.
placed in that situation.
Exactly.
That's
Which is
that's
super
you.
nice. Another really cool show, I think. I've liked the first 2 episodes. The Unwanted Undead Adventurer.
Oh, actually, I haven't
That
seen
sounds
this one.
sick.
Which is all about an adventurer. He's been adventuring for like 10 years, but his skill level is kind of capped. Like, he's got a couple skills, but he's not amazing, and no one really wants to like party up with him because
Okay.
he'll drag them down. But like, once again, no one's like mean to him. No one's like telling him to buzz off and like kicking him when he's down or something. But he goes adventuring by himself. Some stuff happens,
So you
and
need-
essentially he turns into a skeleton. Like, he dies and comes
Okay.
back as a skeleton.
I like it. I think
But
that's
now, but he still has all his memories and some of his abilities.
Mm.
So now it's all about him trying to find a way to become human again. Or like,
What's the
nice.
genre it's under?
I think it must be adventure, action, somewhere
That's
there.
cool. That sounds like a cool.
It is. So far, it's like been surprisingly good. I've really enjoyed it.
What are you checking out from the sequel section of the season?
That's a good. It's actually so much, dude.
We got a Classroom of the Elite season 3.
Classroom of the Elite is so weird for me because I liked season 1. I thought, a lot of these plot points are well thought out. It's all about these kids that go to an elite school, but they're all pitted against each other, and it's all about like
There's
being
a
the
ranking
best.
system, and
Yeah.
as a class, you have to get points, and you can replace the upper ranks in your year.
It's very competitive.
Sheesh. Yeah.
But season 1 felt very well thought out to me, and then the season since then, that's a lot of S's.
Season since then.
So season 2 and now 3 as well, they have like the quality has just kind of dipped, and like this is.
I like it because it's focusing more on the other classes and years. So I guess you're not mainly focusing with our like protagonist classroom, which I enjoyed, like finding out more about the school and how it's run, how the student body is running it.
Okay.
But it like I'm happy with that. My problem with it is that it like the plot points and the intrigue and the mystery is just worse planned. It doesn't feel as like clean cut, and it doesn't feel like there's a smart character doing it. It feels like someone trying to write a smart character. Whereas season 1
so
to me
it's too
felt
much.
like someone actually writing a very smart character.
Did you complete season 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So there's
Marshall season 2 also.
Marshall season, which is the Harry Potter anime.
Yeah, which I might be the opening has become so popular online that it's actually made people pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I might be doing a TikTok dance to the sound.
But basically, it's a world wherein everyone has magical abilities. If you're born without, you're counted as like
A
a
loser.
monster, and normally they're killed.
Yeah.
Like, you're not just a loser. Like, you get
Yeah,
killed.
yeah, they're culling
like
the
Sparta.
muggles basically, because they're like,
Dude.
you're not going to add to our society as being
Exactly.
a non-magic.
So it follows
That's fucked up.
Mash, who is one of
Voldemort
these
out
people born without magic, but he's just shredded and like he
He
says
He's physically
punching magic, and he like smacks
Yeah.
someone in the face.
No, like he's like
What?
insanely strong where it borders on magical.
Yes.
Like when he's flying, he can't fly a broom.
Is he
He's only
invincible?
no.
He's just strong.
Yeah, like so you can't fly a broom unless you're magical.
Yeah.
So he gets around this by jumping in the air and just moving his feet so fast that it creates a thrust, and it looks like he's flying.
That is badass, dude.
What
guy's
else
like,
is there?
fuck.
So
Magic.
it's a really funny anime. A couple of times like it made me laugh out loud, which
So
doesn't happen a lot.
It's gonna be like a different kind of magic, physical magic you've
that-
never seen before.
I'm trying to see if there's
Basically,
anything else that's like season 2.
It's an old magic.
Blue Exorcist.
I've fallen off. It's been way too long for me.
I watched the first episode of season 2 thinking, I'll remember what happened in season 1 that came out 8 years ago. I was so lost. So I need to go watch a YouTube video to remind me what happened in season 1.
Hentai. I was like,
Any ecchi shows, dude?
They probably are, but I don't pay attention to
Oh,
it.
dude. Okay, Mato Say Hey No Slave. I don't like the name of the show, but basically it's a world wherein only women can receive these magical powers.
Okay.
And there's like once again gates that open to a place called Mato, and it's like a demon realm kind of thing.
Gates of
and
hell.
sometimes people get sucked in, but essentially women can like get powers, and then they defend humanity.
Okay.
Kind of
So it
vibe.
doesn't follow a man who doesn't.
It
have
follows a
powers.
man who accidentally gets sucked into Mato, and then he meets this squadron of like, I guess superheroes. I guess
Beautiful ladies.
And at first I'm like, okay, whatever. He's probably gonna have superpowers. Lame show premise. I continue watching, and the like there's these weird like hulking monsters that like start attacking, but he gets saved. But the woman who's like saving him is starting to get overwhelmed. But her special ability, okay, because all women, they have like different abilities. Like either you can grow and shrink yourself, or you can turn your arms into weapons.
Okay.
She, her ability is to turn these monsters into slaves, where she like essentially controls them.
Okay.
But then like, dude, it's so bad. They like get a collar
This
and a
is
chain,
hectic.
and it's fucking hectic.
Whipped.
But she's getting overwhelmed because there's too many of them, and
So dumb.
then she decides, hey, look, guy protagonist, let me turn you into a slave.
Oh shit.
And the way it happens is like he licks her finger or something, or he kisses her hand, and then he gets like superpowers, and she like rides him. Like he turns into like this weird big night creature. She rides him, and they start fighting all these things, and right, they defeat all of them.
How's the animation for this?
It's mid tier. It's fine, but the problem is, eventually they defeat all the monsters. The rest of her squadron shows up with the people that they've saved, and she tells her squadron, "I need to have a conversation with this man. You go ahead, take them to safety."
Oh shit. Okay.
The caveat for her power is that she needs to reward the thing that she's made a contract with. When she was making contracts with these monsters, she could just feed them some pork.
Okay.
But then she's like, oh no, my body's acting on its own. And
Shit.
proceeds to do as much as you can do without calling your show a hentai. Dude, that's like the caveat to her power. She has to reward him in some other way. It's so fucking stupid.
But you watched the entire season.
And episode 2.
So this is a season 2.
No. That is an original show.
Oh, that's
this.
Damn.
Can we end it on something wholesome?
That was.
It is time for Torture Princess.
Oh,
is a show where essentially a hero gets captured, and her torture is the people of the demon castle she's trapped in.
Yeah.
Just making delicious food and wafting the smells over to her. Rishabh, do you have
That's
also a
pretty messed
lighthearted one?
No, I think I covered everything that I would be checking out. There are some stuff that I haven't yet because I've just been really busy this past week. So I can't really talk into how the first episode was.
If you want to learn how to run a farm, Vinland Saga, season 2.
From a year ago.
If you want to cry, Vinland Saga season 2.
I'm sure over the course of the season, usually things that we don't anticipate get a huge following, and we check it out. But we'll check in again when we do our next special.
Probably in like 3 months where we wrap up this season.
We'll wrap up this season. But yeah, if you guys watch anime, tell us what you watched from this past season. What are you going to be watching from this coming season?
Put it in the comments,
Yeah, and that's all from us. I'm
sure we missed a couple of things as well.
Definitely.
We definitely did.
Went on some tangents, but that's fine.
That's chill.
Yeah, I'm
real.
Ashav.
I'm Kieran.
I'm Bjorn.
And this is the Underleveled Podcast.
Yeah, what's that?